Is it up?
No.
You're live now?
Call the August 6, 2025 Stormwater Board meeting to order. Please join me, stand, pledge of the flag. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Sue, roll call.
Here.
Here. Citizens input.
I see none.
I don't see any, so we'll go to the consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
Yes, I would like to make a motion to approve the July 2nd, 2025 regular meeting minutes and the claims for the period of June 27th, 2025 through July 30th, 2025 in the amount of $319,300.27. The monthly financials for the month of July 2025 and the Public Works Activity Report.
I second that. We have a first and a second. Any discussion? Sue?
Aye.
Aye. Reports. Director of Stormwater report. Right now, next week, we're going to be paving the last 5 roads on the north end of town on the grind and resurface. So that's going to be nice to finish those up. And the other thing I have to report on is yesterday I hosted my annual NYSWAG meeting over there at the Plum Creek Center. We had 46 attendees. It was really good. And then it turned into our town appreciation luncheon. And I'd like to thank Mary and Mary Kay for both coming that day. They've always come to our NYSWAG meetings, and we get a real good turnout, and people, love to come to Dyer because they get to eat some food, and a lot of people get to see the 2-stage ditch. So I've gotten a lot of calls telling people about coming to the meetings because they've always wanted to look at that. So what we have done in the past is for that meeting and then for the employee appreciation, we have split it between the utility boards. So if we could make a motion to pay.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to pay the invoice to Doc Smokehouse for $849.92 for the meeting luncheon for NYSWAG members and the stormwater's portion of the Dyer Town Employee Luncheon.
Second that. Any discussion? Sue?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried.
Motion's carried. Attorney's report? Thank you. Consulting engineers report? Thomas?
Well, I was saying that it's funny, about hope for it.
Yes.
One of more about the work stuff there. So Bill setting that up. First prior was not those maintenance continuing. It was too wet this spring to the burn, so probably late fall. Virtually, I would have burned the last one was done. Basically, 5 years ago. It's ongoing right outside here, which we're in June. You monitoring it. You might recall, I think they actually planted something good. They oversee the last fall. It's like it's worked out pretty well. So we'll continue the main monitoring of that. Sandy Ridge. Called last time we asked Commissioner to get pot point done. That's right, borings. That's finally already done. The borings were done and confirmed that the water level is low, so we're not continuously pumping groundwater. So that's good. We're moving forward with that and have that out by the end of the month. But I just want to make sure, since this is a over $100,000 fancy proposal, they was correct. And so, what do you want them? You want them delivered to the town like doing someday and have the results? We have to have public.
It's gotta be public. It's gotta be announced to the public. They can come and watch the open. But I mean, it's never, bid openings are funny. You open the bids and that's great until until they review it, say, are they actually responsive? You have no idea who the actual responsive bidder really is, the lowest. So yeah, it's good that it's public. People should know what's going on and see that it's an honest process, and you can tell them, the bottom line numbers and announce that, but it does not affect who actually gets the bid.
Thomas, I would say in the past, for most of our projects, we have bid openings at 10 a.m. down here. And everything's due to the clerk treasurer's office, and then the clerk brings down the bids, and someone from your office would be here and take those in, then advise us.
So this evening, we have to do public notice. Right.
Yeah,
So I'll look at the dates with you.
okay.
But that basically confirmed what we were hoping until we don't have any meetings with the design yet that. Two-stage ditch on CBS, reached out to CBS with going back and forth with correspondence. Now they want us to reach out to the ARC Dyer LLC, who actually owns, is a landlord. And so we got a letter that Brian signed, and so that it's a little bit of a slow process for there, but they'll meet both of the times they asked for. And then reviews, Panda Express, we're waiting response back, but fortunately, they only had provided some detention on site, so they're more work with the property owner to expand the detention pond, Snows McDonald's. And Parkside subdivision, we had about 14 comments, and we're big down the last one, so we're working on that. That's it.
Thanks, Thomas. Town Council Liaison Report, Mary?
Event was very nice. It was very well run, really enjoyed it. But the best part was, is that I was sitting there with people that then invited me to other meetings to go to, which was really nice. So kind of made contact there, a couple of people I haven't seen in a couple of years, so that was really nice to contact with them and collaborate with them how to solve problems. We did talk about the walkway underneath the bridge, and you know, how that could happen and whatever, but they had some ideas. It was a nice discussion. It was really good. And the best part was when the guy was talking about the silt worm
Mm-hmm.
and how that all evolved. I think a lot of the high school kids would really enjoy that conversation, because it was talking about using different kinds of things and you kind of experiment. It was like Science Olympiad. She was talking about different ways that they did things and the webbing and so forth, and how important that is, and how people got together and figured it out. You know, it wasn't the right thing the first time, and then how can we fix it? But I think it's good for kids to see that happens in business. And, you know, I don't know whether he does high schools or not, but that would be an you know, really good. Everybody enjoyed that. We had a good conversation about that later on. And now I'm looking, every time I go somewhere, I'm looking at the worms they look like and make sure that they're functioning. I know that we had a complaint or discussion with the resident. Mr. Town Manager, did you talk to that person today?
Excuse me?
No, that was, I can interject on that. We were gonna do that today, but I had an issue, so it's gonna be tomorrow. So that we'll be meeting with her.
Okay. And again, you know, we had a lot of discussion about last night with National Night Out about the trees and the two-stage ditch and why we still have coverings over them. So we tried to explain to them, you know, it's just a matter of time when it's gonna take place, and I don't know, we don't have any update on it or anything.
Well, the same update I gave you yesterday, which is that we're looking to evaluate at the end of this year. If not, it'll be next year, definitely, possibly by the end of next year.
Yeah, because I mean, even the grass underneath is pink, so I mean, it's looking good.
Thank you.
It looks
Don't cut it.
great, yeah, and the flowers growing in
Right.
there. It's just a nice combination, but just like a prairie.
Yes, that's the intention. Yeah.
So that was a really good thing. And another thing, when we talked yesterday at the meeting, we talked about interpretive signage and how important that is to have it in different places, so people understand what they're looking at. You know, and explaining, you know, why this all occurred. I think that's really important, but I think our explanation, I see people there all the time, stopping and reading it. If they have any questions, you know, they know where to get some answers.
Mhm.
So, I applaud everybody for the interpretive signage. It definitely helps. So we need obviously more information. So, thank you. That was it.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
Old business, Northgate Pump Station, Calumet Avenue. I had a discussion with the owner of the property the other day, and we were supposed to get back together to discuss that property we won again, and he got tied up and wasn't able to make the next discussion. I know he is having some conversations with the neighbor, Dr. Kassar, about possibly buying his land that's left. So we'll see where that takes us. They're having conversations on it. The High Point Prairie drainage improvements. We're getting really close, I feel. NIPSCO finally, I reached out to someone there and they finally got back to me and said that they're gonna send a supervisor to come meet me here at the town. So I'm hoping that's very soon. Because there's what the problem is for this project, there's a big box back there that holds electrical and it needs to come up about 1.5 feet. They need to raise it. And until they raise that, we can't do the project. And they just have not been very responsive. The 2-stage ditch north of US 30, we got an update from Thomas on that. We'll be sending that letter out and hopefully they'll respond pretty soon. Sandy Ridge stormwater infrastructure improvements. That hopefully by the end of the month, we'll have all that. I believe the professional engineering services proposal for the Hart 2-stage ditch channel at Briar Ridge is on pause until we get a connection back with Briar Ridge and work out what either the homeowners or the golf course. Okay.
I mean, the POA is definitely ready to go. The bulk of the property, I shouldn't say bulk of it. A lot of it is country club and a lot of it is, some of it is POA. I know I've talked to multiple of there's 9 board members of the country club and they rotate in and out every year. There's 3 new ones. I haven't talked to a single one that's not thrilled to just give over the property. I think it's gonna be a huge improvement. Those areas are always very tough to clean, mow, cut. Those slopes are brutal. I mean, they lose equipment down there once it starts sliding. You know, the slopes are very extreme. It's miserable for them to deal with, and they go, this is gonna make it, the course, look way better, frankly. So they're thrilled to hand it over, and the POA is on board. I just happen to represent them, but
When Ron said that there's a certain percentage they're supposed to pay, those the little cows doing too.
the little Cal wants to pay for 100% from Shannon, I think Shannon Bridge.
To Main Street.
We
Of the
raised up-
construction or or of design and
They can repay out. Yes, everything.
Okay, but the way the agreement was originally written that we were doing a design from China Avenue to Shannon Bridge. And we asked for 60% of that from the
Little Cal.
Some little Cal, and that's fine too, but he wants to do 100% from Shannon Bridge to Main.
less than what.
Of the design and construction funds, that's my understanding.
What he approved at the meeting though was like the same percentage, so we just estimated what the design was.
But that was from the south to Shannon or from Shannon to the north.
We amended our proposal right before the meeting, because he came up with that, sent it all, all in Main Street, so let's just keep done with this. And so we amended it, but it's still 80%, so 60%.
So I'll call him after, I'll find out exactly.
Okay.
I know they have a meeting 2 weeks from tonight,
Right.
that they need to clear anything out. I'll make sure exactly what,
Okay.
because I think wherever we were gonna stop, he said, well, we're gonna pay for part of this back, because that's part of their waterway, you know, it is. And so, but the idea of going north was that because hey, why stop?
Right.
You're mobilized, you got the machinery, and let's just do it. God knows they got the money to stop.
I think the only question I was saying is the Briar Ridge POA, way the fish setup is going to contribute to a portion of the design. And if they're not, if they want to take care of it, okay, great, we'll get started tomorrow.
I think he does, because it's honestly, it's mostly country. I mean, the POA should be involved because it protects those property owners too. I mean, and we have money set aside for that,
Yeah.
but I know you guys you're doing the design and construction management on the new bridge project we've got starting out there.
Right.
So that'll help, I mean, that's helping too.
Right.
Little Cal can't fund that because those are privately owned bridges,
Right.
so. But they wanna make it up, they wanna make it up elsewhere because that's helping them too.
There's no storage or anything at all, right? So it has to be.
So, but I mean, that helps the neighborhood and the golf course and all the neighboring properties too.
Sure.
I mean, we'll talk about, it'll only bring it down, you know, half an inch or an inch, well, that's the difference between a flood and no. And
Yeah.
people don't realize that how much that two stage is, how much that adds up. Yep. I mean, you're always teetering on the brink, you're like, God, my glad we did that. That last sandbag that goes up, might be the last one. But no, I mean, all the organizations are definitely.
I'll get with Dan too, cause I meet with him anyway. He's hosting actually the next NICEWAG meeting. Central Park improvements update. There's really not too much to talk about that. They're under construction now. They're doing water main out there. And then they're gonna be, I think we're going out to bid really soon for the event center.
Now,
Just.
Just-
Notice just
Yeah.
went out, open bid, August 25th. Yeah.
I think that's,
Anything for.
okay. Thank you. New business? I don't think we have any right now. Any and all? Motion for adjournment?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.